who have been infected with the Spidey virus.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody, we find out later, is in fact infecting these people.
Yes.
Actually, there's a really good back and forth with a sort of like a low-level thug who is owing money to somebody. And
yeah.
And he makes a break for it as a Spider-Man, and he's just sort of like this, like, get away from me, guys, and like there's two big bad guys. I can't remember the particulars here, and gosh, man, this is some great art, because like the paneling is just great. I mean, like this guy just turns into a Spider-Man and jumps over a wall. He's gone.
Yeah, he does. And he like breaks free of the web too, and like he has some kind of super strength, and yeah, it's cool because the issue doesn't tell you that that they all have the Spidey virus, but you can kind of clue into it. Like, it's a little bit of a hook, but not a hook for the next issue. Just kind of like you're wondering to what extent, like, does everybody in Manhattan have it? How many people have it? What a level of ability do they have? You know, like they could have an advanced version where they're stronger than Spider-Man or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And even like, so there's maybe my favorite page is, so he has to leave the poker game early, and
now we're
he's
getting into
training
some
in
cool
karate.
stuff.
He has to do some training, some combat training. And I'd never heard of this character before, but it's a web lady. What's her name?
No, she's the witch lady. What is her name?
Wait.
What is her name? Yeah, so she is the Red Witch.
Julia Carpenter.
Yeah.
Madam Web.
Madam Web.
Did you know her before?
No.
Oh, interesting.
She's a new lady, new character to me. So
she has like the Spidey powers, but she also has like the Spidey sense, but to a real heightened degree where she can see into the future way more, I guess. So she has the Oracle ability. So she can, like, she's real good at karate, so she can see Spider-Man's moves, but she can also see that he's going to need this training for something big coming up. And even she mentions, and I thought this was, that, so Spidey has the rule that he won't kill anybody, no death when Spider-Man's around, but she says he might have to.
Yeah, you might have to break the rule, Spider-Man.
Might have to break that rule, and he doesn't, which is a great, like, long-reaching hook.
I have to say, like, the styling in these 3 pages where Spider-Man is training.
It's so cool looking.
It is so cool looking. So he's training shirtless, but he's got a blue sash. He's got Spider-Man stockings, but like, I don't know, like dojo sweatpants. And he's got a Spider-Man, but
just the mask on.
Just the mask, but like
part of his face is sticking out.
Part of his face is sticking out. It's a cool looking look.
I've never seen that look on Spider-Man. I mean, it almost does. It's hardly. It's just enough that you can be like, oh, that is Spider-Man.
Right.
But a whole different look. Yeah, I really like this page because it's like they're all over the dojo, like on the walls and in all these different action poses, but it's all on one page and they're all kind of blended together. It's a really cool way to do the action.
Yeah, they are fighting. It is. Yeah, they're just running up and down walls and stuff, fighting. And so Spider-Man now has the ability to kill whoever is going to, but I don't know. Like, that's the hook, right?
He doesn't want to use it. Yeah, he's against it.
And then he's late for dinner. He's late for Aunt May's house, and he's making his way back home to meet with his girlfriend, who he forgot completely about. That's the Peter Parker way. He's always running late. And
oh, sorry, I'm tired. Oh, I've been busy. Sorry.
And somebody is following him, and the guy who's following him looks a little dopey. Look at his clothes. I mean, we just see his silhouette, but he's no sleek Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're following this guy, and this was weird too. This got a little jumbly with me.
Okay.
So the bad guy, and I forget the bad guy's name. So
He's like a green
goblin-looking guy,
goblin-looking kind of guy, but furry.
and he's got a Spider-Man friend with him, like a
Yeah, with
hooded
like the spider arms coming out of his back.
and he goes to his own lab, and where he has the same scientist cloned, well, 3 or 4 times,
Oh,
so
that's
he
cool.
can get 3 or 4 times the work out of him.
Mhm.
And they've managed to crack the code on the DNA of Peter Parker, so they can go ahead with their master plan to, stay with me now,
Mhm.
make more Spider-Man.
Yes,
That's
that
it.
he can control.
That he
somehow.
can control. And some of these, and I love this little gray shadow box of like some of
Oh.
our failed experiments.
Yeah.
That is an
Well, not
ugly
even like
Spider-Man.
the gray Spider-Man is like the Spider-Man 3.0. You know, he's got like red eyes all over, but he's a gray Spider-Man, and he's pretty vicious looking.
I don't know, dude. He looks a little helpless. He looks like he's like just lying in the dirt. Oh,
Yeah,
but he's
I don't know
muscly. He's muscly and
real
and
muscly,
vicious
that's
looking.
yeah.
But like, I think they scrapped that 3.0.
He's not a very relatable character.
Yeah. So they scrapped him and they went with the human version.
hmm
And but then they get this guy. Who's this guy? The guy who breaks out of the glass.
Yeah, he's a great. I think. Yeah, it's like a new the newest version.
Okay, so now the woman that is speaking and we don't see her face,
hmm
is she Madam Web?
Woo, that's interesting.
I love this.
Yeah,
last page.
I don't know if she's being a narrator or if she's actually in the world with them, or if she like what control she has over the situation or who she is. But they're definitely just showing her lips as a good hook for us.
Yeah, so we don't get a full face here, so we don't know who is speaking. But
we
then,
just get the threat. We don't know the direction or the plan behind it.
right. But then we see this last page is so fantastic.
It's a good one.
We just see like what looks to be like floating people, but they're not floating, they're flying around web shooting.
Yeah, we got like it's like a skyline scene, and we got like 20 different people all floating in the air with like webs behind them and around them, and they're upside down and they're contorted, and they're all on Spider-Man Day 1.
They're all
Island of
Spider-Man. The guy with the briefcase is the best.
Oh yeah, he's losing his papers.
Yeah, he's not going to like let go of that briefcase. Oh, this is great stuff. I love this comic. I can't say.
So, what do you think about the art?
Oh, the art is very, very of the school of comic book Marvel, straight up. Very clean.
It's really clean. It's like it's what you want and expect out of a comic book. It's not trying to be an artistic comic book. It's got a lot of detail. It's not really computer generated. The characters are very recognizable in their faces. I really loved this art for it not be like, it's not indie art. It's not trying to push a new direction. It's like, this is comic book art.
Yeah. I mean, the people who are good looking all look good looking, you know?
Yeah. But they're not like
monsters
ridiculous.
look like monsters, but they still look humanoid enough. The muscles look in proportion.
The colors are bright, but not crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's gloss to it, but it's not crazy glossy.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to take you out of the story in like we've computer generated. We've crutched ourselves with crazy amounts of. Yeah, I mean, like if there's
it's the most or like non-distracting art I think I've ever seen.
That's a great way to describe it. Non-distracting. I mean, like, the paneling is great. Some of it overlaps, but not in a,
Hmm.
like, a goofy, jarring way. Yeah, it's great
Yeah, but
art.
also it's not like trying to be innovative either.
No, it is just straightforward, get the work done. But
Hmm.
look good doing it. I mean, it's pretty fantastic, actually, when, like, that last panel with the people floating around.
I really like that.
It's very
Yeah, or even
fun.
or the full page with him fighting with Mrs. Webb or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that page is amazing. And
It's
somebody,
great, but it's not like it's it's not like blow you away, but you're like, "Oh, that's cool."
it does look great. Yeah, it is. I thought it was going to kind of blow you away. Yeah,
No, you're right. I mean,
going back
maybe
to
I'm
that
selling it a
page.
little bit short. That's a great page.
Yeah, it's a great page. I'm going back to. So that would have been a double page. That would have been right where the staples were. If you were reading this in the old physical form.
Yeah.
All right, James, did we find your new favorite comic?
You didn't find my next favorite comic, but you found one right in the middle. So I ranked it number 13. I ranked it ahead of BPRD Plague of Frogs. I was kind of debating back and forth, but I like it a little bit better just because it's so regular. It's like perfect middle of the road comic.
So you put it at 15?
13.
13. I put it at 16.
Oh, okay.
And for all those same reasons, it's
Hmm.
it's a very safe, straightforward, fun comic. And boy, I wish you hadn't mentioned that BPRD because I'm wondering where I put that because it must be right around there too. I gotta
Yeah,
spend some time and put
it's
my
pretty
list
close.
together.
All-Star Section 8 was kind of in that area too.
Straightforward comic book writing, comic
Yeah,
book
very
art.
comic book.
I love comic books. All right, so next week we have an indie book that is not a comic book.
All
And I've
right.
wanted to read this for a while. It's lots and lots of this is free on Comixology Unlimited. And it's I don't know how to describe it if it's a horror book or if it's a sci-fi whodunit book, but it's called
Oh.
Rachel Rising, and it's written by my only till recently number one comic book writer, Terry Moore,
Oh.
who did Strangers in Paradise. And it's also drawn by Terry Moore, all black and white, James.
Oh, nice.
And it's really
Wait,
cool.
Strangers in Paradise. Did we read that?
We did.
Oh, yeah.
It was my number
I
one
didn't
for a
rank it
long
as high
time.
as you. Yeah, that's right.
It's called Rachel Rising, and it's the story of a murdered victim, but she's not dead. She climbs out of the hole, and she goes to
interesting.
find out who, in fact, killed her. But there's a
Oh.
supernatural twist to it because
Because she came out of the grave.
she came out
That's
of the grave.
supernatural to me.
Yeah. So we'll come back and read that. We'll read that for this week, and we'll talk
Nice.
about it next week. So
All right.
thanks for being here this week. And check us out on the web at sn1cbp.com and subscribe to our... leave us a comment on the website because I opened that up for comments.
Oh, nice.
And then
Yeah, I haven't checked, but I'll definitely check.
and then come back next week for Rachel Rising, Terry Moore, and Abstract Studio Comics. And thanks for being here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Perfect timing with the music. Hey, James, I forgot to ask you, what are you guys drinking down there in New Zealand?
I drink a lot of ciders. I don't know. It's probably just me that I've gotten into ciders recently, but they've got a lot of really good ciders. So Rothschild? No, that's not the one.
I don't
I think
do
it starts with a
ciders,
Yeah.
but is that a
Roachfield?
Roachfield?
No, that's not it. Oh, I also drink a lot of Spates. Spates is my go-to beer.
Oh, I've had that.
Nice.
Right on. All right. Happy what do you guys say down there when you when it's New Sheffield's Day?